Hello everybody, my name is Harry James, and this is the college football picks for this week in college football. Tons of games, not as many high profile games. They all start next week, but you just can't forget about this week. So this week, games coming up. Next week we'll do the rankings and all that. We'll get this involved with the top 10 or top 25 teams, however I decide to do it. But for right now, it's just regular teams. All of them right here. Let's find out who wins and who's in and who's out. Welcome back to the show, everybody. As always, we will start in the Big 12 Conference, which is the conference that I know and I love. And there is a Thursday night game this week in the Big 12 Conference. West Virginia will be at TCU on Fox Sports 1. I'm going to go with Texas Christian. Saturday games, no early kicks. First kickoff is at 2:30 for the Big 12, and it's they got to do a couple of them. Both Oklahoma teams, and both are actually on the road. Oklahoma is in Lawrence at Kansas on Fox Sports 1 at 2:30. I'm taking Oklahoma. And then Oklahoma State will be in Lubbock against Texas Tech on ESPN. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State, but this thing on Halloween, blackout night, could be kind of tricky for Mike Gundy and the other Gundy and company. But I think that eventually they'll make enough plays to get it done. And then Texas will be at Iowa State on Fox Sports 1 at 6 o'clock. They've been on a streak since beating my Sooners, and I think it continues. I think it really does. So I'm going to go with Texas. Regular games at Thursday night. Outside the Big 12, they include a couple of them, including, let's see, where are we at? North Carolina at Pittsburgh on ESPN. I'm going to go with UNC. Buffalo will be at Miami of Ohio on ESPN 3. I'm going to go with Buffalo. And also at 6:30, Texas State will be at Georgia Southern on the ESPNU. I'm going to go with Georgia Southern. 9:30 p.m., Oregon will be at Arizona State on ESPN. I'm going to go with Oregon. Then the Friday Halloween games. Louisville will be at Wake Forest on ESPN Deuce. I'm going to go with Wake Forest. And East Carolina will be at the University of Connecticut, also at 7 o'clock on ESPNU. I'm going to go with East Carolina. Also on Fox Sports 1, Louisiana Tech will be at Rice at 7 o'clock. I'm going to go with Louisiana Tech, sorry. And old buddy Josh Heupel, Wyoming, will be at Utah State on ESPN 2. I'm going to go with Utah State. And then on Halloween, there's a bunch load of games because Halloween's on a Saturday this year. So let's just get right down to the scary games on Halloween, including Central Michigan at Cincinnati at 11 a.m. All these are at 11 a.m. ESPN News, I'm going to go Cincinnati. South Florida Bulls will be at Navy on CBS Sports Network. I'm going to go with Navy. University of Illinois will be at Penn State on ESPN 2. I'm going to go with Penn State. Nebraska will be at Purdue on ESPNU. I'm going to go with Nebraska. Big Ten Network Rutgers will be at Wisconsin. I'm going to go with the Badgers. ESPN, Ole Miss will be at Auburn. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. SEC Network, South Carolina will be at Texas A&M. I'm actually going to go with, I was going to go with Texas A&M earlier till finding out that someone's actually going to go with the rookie quarterback. So I'm going to go with South Carolina in a minor upset. And this is not going to be an upset on ABC. The final game at 11 a.m. Syracuse will be at Florida State. I think that this game is going to be over in the first quarter. It's not going to be pretty. At 11:30 a.m. There's another big ACC matchup. Georgia Tech will be at BC, Boston College, on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Boston College. At 12 noon, UMass will be at Ball State on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Ball State. 1 o'clock p.m. on ESPN3.com. Central Michigan will be at Akron. I'm going to go with Central Michigan. 1:30 p.m. Fox Sports Net. UTEP will be at Southern Mississippi. I'm going to go with Southern Miss. 2 o'clock game. A couple of these ones are pretty interesting. For Georgia Tech tries to take that Florida State upset. It takes that team on the road at Virginia on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Virginia. USC will be at Cal Berkeley on Fox. I'm going to go with USC. And Colorado will be at UCLA on the Pac-12 network. I'm going to go with UCLA in the home game. The rest of the scary games are at 2:30, of course. This is where another majority of them are, which include Clemson at North Carolina State on ABC/ESPN2. I'm going to go with Clemson. Florida, Georgia on CBS. I'm going to go with Florida. The mirror game to the Clemson North Carolina State is Maryland at Iowa on ESPN or ABC ESPN2. I'm going to go with Iowa. ESPNU will have Boise State at UNLV. I'm going to go with Boise. CBS Sports Network has San Diego State at Colorado State. I'm going to go with San Diego State. And ESPN3 has Troy at Appalachian State. I'm going to go with Appalachian. 3 p.m. A couple of games include ESPN News having Tulsa at SMU on ESPN News. I'm going to go with Tulsa. And Tennessee of Martin will be at the University of Arkansas on the SEC network. I'm going to go with Arkansas. 4 o'clock. ULM will be at Louisiana Lafayette on ESPN3 at 4 o'clock. I'm going to go with Monroe, Louisiana. 6 o'clock tonight. Georgia State will be at Arkansas State on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Arkansas State. Tulane will be at Memphis on CBS Sports Network. I'm going to go with Memphis. Oregon State will be at Utah on the Pac-12 Network. I'm going to go with Utah. Vanderbilt will be at Houston on ESPN2. I'm going with Houston in this one. Since it is at home, Miami of Florida will be at Duke on ESPNU. I think that I think that Miami could fight with them. Going to give them a good test after last week, but I think Duke just has too much. And then Michigan will be at Minnesota on ESPN. I'm going to go with Michigan. 6:30 p.m. Those great fans that I visited earlier in the season, the University of Tennessee, they will be at the University of Kentucky with Mark Stoops on SEC Network. I'm going to go with Kentucky. 7 o'clock tonight, Notre Dame will be at Temple on ABC. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. Idaho will be at New Mexico State on ESPN3. I'm going to go with Idaho. 9:30 p.m. tonight, CBS Sports Network has Arkansas at Hawaii. Air Force at Hawaii. I'm going to go with Air Force. ESPN.com. ESPN 9:30. Stanford at Washington State. I'm going to go with Wazoo. Washington State in this one. Upset special, baby. Come on, Leach. Don't let me down. 10 o'clock tonight, the other Washington team, the other team from Washington, the University of Washington, they will host Arizona. Arizona will be at Washington on Fox Sports 1. I'm going to go with Washington. All right, everybody. Well, as you guys know, I'm Harry James. You can follow me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. I changed it so that people won't get confused on that. Or Periscope. I blab a little bit too. So all those social media sites you can find me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your college football weekend and your Halloween. See y'all next weekend for a crazy start to an insane November. See y'all then. Peace out.